For you, the activities today do include the unveiling of this memorial site here behind me, where the names of those who lost their lives have been carved. The Premier, and together with senior ANC leaders, including Ronnie Kasrils, who was one of the leaders, who will actually be talking to us a bit later, will also be laying wreaths here, and then there will be a address at the Bisho Stadium further behind me there. But like you said, the survivors of the massacre are the ones that are left with the scars the most. They're the ones that were at the forefront. They're the ones that saw everything. And one such person is Patrick Vantu. Dr. Patrick, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Take us, what happened that day from the way you saw it?
Good morning, Lumko. Good morning to the SABC viewers. Just a correction, Petros Vantu. Look, during that day, we were planning to have a People's Assembly in Bisho. We had an earlier march during the year, which couldn't go to Bisho. But as we had done in East London earlier, we were speeding up the negotiation process, which was stalling from time to time. And GQOZO at that time was one of the people that was preventing free political activity here in the CISKEI. And there were a lot of repressions and beatings of people. And the ANC planned to have a march to come to Bisho to indicate that the negotiation process in South Africa has started and we wanted a free political activity. We marched from Victoria Grounds Stadium in King Williamstown, and when we reached these robots down here, this intersection behind us, we met a razor wire and a contingent of soldiers. And there was negotiation between the peace committee, there was a national peace committee, and the soldiers and the leadership of the ANC, whereby GQOZO wanted us to go into the stadium. And the ANC leadership maintained that we wanted to go into Bisho and occupy Bisho for 24 hours like we did in East London. Then we went into the stadium. Myself and Ronnie Kasrils and a group of people, we went through this part that the park is now, towards the stadium. Then we saw a fence, an open fence, and we ran through that fence. And as we ran through that fence, there was a shooting. There was a contingent of soldiers to the northern side that was on kneeling positions, and they started shooting at people. But I was the only person that was shot from this side where Ronnie Kasrils was. And a lot of people that were shot were in the stadium on the embankment that you see over there. And there was no shooting that coming from those soldiers towards us.
Okay, and then Mr. Vantu, can you just briefly tell us, because of time we can't really stretch it out a bit more, 20 years now, do you feel that what you marched for 20 years back has been achieved?
Yes, I do feel that it has been achieved, but currently, how people are doing things in South Africa could, in a way, prevent us going forward in attaining those goals that we aimed for. We attained our democracy, we attained our political freedom, but we still need to have economic freedom.
Thank you very much. Petros Vantu is one of the survivors of that dreadful Bisho massacre, saying that as much as he feels that political freedom and all other things have been achieved, there is still a lot that needs to be done. We will be back a bit later, but now let's have a weather update.